Hey guys, it's JP and welcome back to another tutorial video. Today we're taking a look at this rather interesting nether portal contraption, and as some of you might know, in the new series of multiplayer that I started, I have this very large, very loud nether portal, and I'm looking at a way to solve that issue. So what I've designed here is a system that when you press the button here, it activates the nether portal. When you push this button right here, it deactivates the water. It's actually kind of a neat system. It's very compact as well. My very clumsy hands aside, we have a nice working system right here. And now, let's go into the tutorial. So first things first is I'm going to break this tutorial up into a few parts. There's going to be the tutorial part where I show you how to build the thing step by step. And then there's going to be another part after that where I explain how each part of the contraption actually works and contributes to the final result. But first, let's take a look at the materials. For this build, you will require 2 dispensers, 9 redstone dust, 1 repeater, 2 observers, 1 sticky piston, 2 buttons, and building block. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to need is this 4x4 area out the back of a nether portal like this. This is the minimum size nether portal that is allowed in the game of Minecraft, where you have a 2 wide entry point and a 3 tall entry point. You could expand it in each direction for a good number of blocks, but in that case you're just going to need a bigger area out the back and a bigger area out the front, and you could just move the dispensers around however you want. But for this tutorial, we're going to be taking a look at the classic traditional nether portal. First thing you're going to want to do is put 2 dispensers in each corner, just because that looks nice. Fill in the rest of the blocks with wood, like so. It might help to not put that inside the nether portal frame, because that's where the portal will be going. Alright, I'll be right back. So, as I was saying, place 2 dispensers in each corner and fill the rest of the space up with wood, like that, or whatever block you want in the back. Then you could break the support down there, and now you have the first part of the thing built. So the next thing you want to do is create an input for the flint and steel system up there. What you're going to need to do is you're going to make a staircase up like this, across, and into there. Then what you want to do is you want to place redstone dust on these few blocks, take the repeater, make it face into that block, and then you could place a button right here, and you could hear the dispenser is firing. Part 1 complete. The next thing you want to do is place 4 blocks along like this. This is the input for the second water system. You're going to place the redstone dust across the blocks, place the button again right here, and you can see it powered. The next thing you want to do is you're going to make a little L like this over here. You're going to place an observer facing this way. You're going to place a sticky piston facing into the dispenser. You're going to place another observer. This is going to be a bit tricky. The best place to put it is from here, facing this way, again into the dispenser, and that's all done. You will hear it fire twice when you click this button. There we go, all good. Final thing you're going to want to do is you're going to fill this dispenser up with a water bucket, this one with a flint and steel. Oh yeah, and before we test it, break the block right in front of the water dispenser so the water has a bit of a catching hole. And when we press the button on the left, portal activates, button on the right, water breaks the portal. It all works. That's nice. Now, time for the explanation. So I think a good way to explain this will be to look at this color-coded model that I built right here. So at first you can see the green part right here. This is the input from this button, and this red part with the repeater is the input from this button. Now let's take a look at the red input first. It leads into the yellow line, which just activates this dispenser. This is pretty self-explanatory. It's just a direct redstone line into here. So when you click this button, it literally just makes that dispenser fire. Now the water system is a bit more complex. We got the green input going to the blue circuit. The blue circuit is what makes the dispenser fire twice. Now here we have an observer that detects when this redstone updates. This redstone updates twice, once when it turns on, once when it turns off. This sends 2 1-tick pulses into this piston. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but whenever a piston receives a 1-tick pulse, sticky piston receives a 1-tick pulse, we place a block on the end of it. It's gonna do something like that. It doesn't hold the block. This, we're going to take advantage of this with this observer right here. So the first time we get a signal, which we could simulate with a lever, as you can see, this piston spits out the block, this observer, which gets updated when it gets pushed, and powers this dispenser to spit out the water. Now the second time, when the button retracts and the redstone signal turns off, you can see the piston will fire again, and this will get sucked back in. And again, before it leaves, that piston extends, updating the block, which again puts a pulse through the dispenser, which will take the water back in, just like that. And that's all there is to know about this circuit. It's pretty nice, pretty compact. It's just a 4x4 area, which is really nice. Very simple to build, very quick, and expandable, of course, as I will show you right now. So all you need to expand out this design is a system a bit like this. You still need a 4 area by the width of your portal, and then all you're going to do is you're just going to take the same inputs from here, and this time you're just going to wire it a bit differently. Like you're going to have it going up again like this, and again straight into the flint and steel dispenser like this, and again you're just going to extend this input right here, same L shape like this. You're just going to extend the redstone. Oh yeah, and this is actually very important that this is a repeater, because the dispenser is a full block, and when the observer powers it, it cannot power this signal if it's a repeater, but if it's a redstone it will. Anyways, you extend up this redstone line like this, going right into an observer, which will go into a sticky piston on the corner. Again, this is the best way to place it, like this. Another observer like this, and you fill it in with the flint and steel, and rate this hole, put the 2 buttons, you have yourself a working system. Now some people might not be satisfied with the 2-button design, and that's completely fine. So here I've designed some alternatives, which is the single lever and the single button design. Let's take a look at how to quickly wire those. For the lever, you're going to place a block here and then put some redstone just like this. Next, you're going to place a piston with an observer facing this way. Right here, you're going to place a repeater and set it to 3 ticks like that. Next, you want to place a block right here, a block right here, and redstone dust like that. And you're done. Let's test it out. Cool. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.